Shawn and I always had real different approaches to just about everything. I mean, in the ring we always had great chemistry, but it caused a lot of real tension outside of it. And you see that a lot in the business. A guy like Shawn might have been a really good worker, but he'd do these spots inside the ring that just didn't make any sort of sense. Spots like the look away skin the cat, or these real dramatic spots that aren't realistic. And then you'd see him do the same thing outside of it. I mean, you'd be shuffling down the aisle to board an airplane, and Shawn would get brushed from behind by someone trying to get to their seat, and Shawn would be flopping dramatically over 2 rows of seats into someone's lap. It'd make a real scene on the plane, and the flight attendants would almost cancel the flight, you know. Which of course made Shawn the focus of the flight, which I think he sort of liked to get even if he wasn't the champion. I mean, if you go back and watch Shawn's matches, he's working these 20-minute matches with these giants, where he's taking a real beating from a guy like Sid, yet when the camera zooms in on him he's still chewing gum. Which right there makes you realize maybe he's not that hurt. My dad Stu used to say a worker who's always chewing gum is never under the gun, which is just sort of an old school shooter's way of saying that no real athletes chew gum while playing a sport. Which is something that pro wrestlers are supposed to be, you know. You never got that with Bret Hart. Every minute of my match it looked like it should have. One of the reasons I was such a reliable champion for Vince at the time was that I was a believable champion. Nothing about me was over the top. Everything I did was meant to convey that I was believable. When fans saw my matches and shook my hand after they got a sense I was a real champion, which was something I was always pretty intentional about, you know. When I checked my bags in at the airport, or lifted them into the rental car. If any fans were watching, they could back and tell their friends I seemed like a champion. When I got off a long-haul flight, I sold it like I was tired. People knew there was nothing phony about me. That's why in Europe I had such a big following. European fans really appreciated my ability to do the subtle things. It was the same in the locker room. The boys knew when they worked with me they were going to be safe, and that they were going to seem more believable. Which I took a lot of pride in.